What's going on, Kinfolk? Welcome back. Key to the City Podcast. It's your country cousin Yoni. We back in this thing for another week, and we at episode 27, man, moving along through season 2. And as always, I appreciate everybody that's been supporting your boy, liking, sharing, comment, word of mouth, whatever you've been doing to, spread the word about your boy. I sure enough appreciate it. We're just taking small steps and building it brick by brick. You did that. I want to thank my last guest we had in episode 26. Y'all know it's getting close to election time. Next week, matter of fact, a couple days. And so I've been trying to keep y'all aware of what's going on so y'all can be knowledgeable about the different procedures that's going on around the voting. So we had who is the state conference representative for the NAACP. I hope I'm saying that title right, Mississippi NAACP, as well as Charles Taylor, who's the co-chair of the PAC for the NAACP, and One Voice. We had them giving us some knowledge, and just like with them, every week we're going to try to hit you in your head with quality content, quality guests. And tonight is no different. This guy, we haven't met in person, but I've been seeing it. Maybe we have. His face looks definitely familiar, but I just be seeing him all around social media and everything, doing his thing, running his mouth, speaking his opinion. He gonna do that. And
basically,
he comment on some of my episodes sometimes, so I definitely appreciate the support. And we've been trying to link up for a minute, and now's that time. So we're gonna find out more about him. He's straight out of Stark, Vegas. You did that. Describe himself as an artist consultant and graphic designer, and I know he's heavy on what's going on the music scene in Mississippi. So I got some questions for him regarding that. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the city. My kinfolk, Chevv, what's going on, big dog?
What's up, big dog? What's up, man? Glad to be here. Glad to have you. Appreciate you. Like I said, man, it's all love.
Hey, man, I'm glad you're in the city, man, with me. I wish we could have did it in person, but, I'm sure we'll run across that opportunity sooner or later.
Man, many chances, man. Many chances.
Yeah, how your day been so far, though?
Man, it's been a regular Tuesday. Like, like how you had them days out of the week that just kind of anything can happen. Yeah. Just a regular Tuesday, man.
I already know. Now you fresh out of Stark Vegas. I'm trying to see what age range you're in. I'm gonna figure it out by. Do you know? See, I'm into sports and high school sports and shit like that. You know Freddie Millins?
Nah, I ain't gonna lie to you. I really wasn't a sports person. I was all about the music.
Okay.
But no, hey, I don't mind. Like, bro, I'm 30. I'm a smooth 30, real talk.
Okay, I'm 36, so you ain't foul.
Nah, man, nah. I'm 30 with an old soul. Bro, I turned 30 last December. I'm a Sagittarius. It coming up 31.
Oh, okay. You in there? You through the door, man.
Yeah, man.
The 30s is where it's at. It's kind of where you. Well, speaking for myself, this is where I'm repairing all the shit I tore up in my 20s. And so I'm hoping by the time I reach 40, I'm in this smooth sailing from then on.
Man, bro, me too. Like I've been seeing like 30 is when you supposed to really just kind of know what you're doing. You done have fun. You done play here.
Right,
right. Like I said, some of them played around, got a couple keys. Pretty much. Hey, I'm in that category. And it's just, hey, and so just like I said, man, I'm just chilling, man. Basically, I do my best to try to support everybody, try to push everybody, and I hope to reciprocate that the same, and just play my part, bro.
And speaking of that, I mentioned you from Starkville, excuse me, but I feel like the vibe that I got from you, at least, you got your ear to the street. You really know what's going on in regards to music in the streets. So, and I see some of the rants you go on sometime, and I want to start it off like this. When it comes to people mentioning Mississippi music, do you feel like the only city that gets recognition is the Jet? Like, do you feel like it's a divide between the North and the South? Not like no beef or none, but just as far as recognition and even opportunities.
I mean, I say it like this, and I put it out there honestly. Like I know it's no beef or nothing like that. Like, you know, everybody shows respect. It's just one of those things where when we sit here and we talk about music, and I be having to remember that sometimes that like most of the people that I follow from Jackson, it kind of overrides the feed. So, you know, Jackson being one of those key places that we, you know, would need to push this independent thing, you know, they're more centralized around, you know, catering to people like that. And then it's like a lot of words get misconstrued.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, it'd be a lot of times I say something and, you know, somebody go, oh, Chevvy, you shouldn't have said it like this. You need to go talk to him. And I go talk to him and let them know, like, yeah, but the respect still need to be there. But, you know, we understand it, like, we good. Like, the North got just as much outlets as Jackson does. You know, the Delta has just as much outlets as the Delta does. The coast really got, you know, outlets down there. So it's like to say Jackson is just a key element that we really just need to do that. Okay, we'll give you that. We just want to be able, you know, to do that. Like, tell us how. Tell people to be more open up to us so we can tap in. You know.
Do up north artists get do they get any recognition in areas like Memphis? And say like a Jackson artist to New Orleans or the surrounding area?
It really depends where you go, man. I mean, one thing I learned about, you know, independent artists, like, depending on where their you know, where their feet been touched and all like that, you don't know who knows them. But you got artists like Doughboy Pacino from Tupelo. He's known in Atlanta, and he's also known, you know, in the Texas area. Like, brother moved around, and they know him and they also know him in Jackson. So, you know, not just Doughboy Pacino, but you got, you know, Guala Chains, you got Flame, you got Walla Tarantino, like, you got YKOK. YKOK and Montana, Mooney Montana just did a versus with each other. So you really can't just tell who knows, like I said, who hasn't touched and who hasn't done no work here. So you know, like I said, really, when you see my rants, they really just be me saying how I feel and letting it be known, like, if it is any type of, you know, y'all feel like y'all got a hierarchy on us, like, we got plaques up this way too, you know. And so I take it as like a camaraderie type thing, like, yeah, y'all may be Jackson, but you still Mississippi, you know.
Right.
And so, you know.
No, go ahead.
Oh, and I was just gonna say, like, you know, I understand that you have to be like knowledgeable of what's going on to say what you say. And I'm just like, don't feel like we don't have these up here too. So it really just be me. You know, sometimes it just be me.
And then in one of your videos, you was naming some groups that took me back, man, brought me, and I was like, yeah, because I think you mentioned like the Dean Boys. That's the name of them.
What was it, man? You got
Dean Boys and what's some?
Dude, you got Dean Boys, you got Chaos the Boss Man with Low Key. Low Key Records produced a lot of independent, you know, artists up toward the north and throughout the south. You got Dope Illustrated, like Dope Illustrated OG. Dope Illustrated and Chaos the Boss Man, they OGs to us. And then you got Red Wrong. You got a lot of people, bro. Pistol Pete, shoot. It's a good many of them, and a lot of these cats went on the little Chitlin circuit tour with, you know, OGs from Jackson like Kamikaze and Reese and Big, and then, you know, Crit when Crit was just starting out, you know. So we had that influence. You know, it's many more names that we have. Like I said, I can't just think off top, but those are the main ones who influenced me.
You think North Mississippi got a specific sound? I was asking Cole and some other people, like, what would Jackson's sound be? And I don't know what them niggas said. I forgot what they said. We was smoking.
Yeah. I mean, to me, I feel like when you talk about any particular region sound, we sort of reference off of who we're close to. You know, North Mississippi is close to like Memphis, so you're gonna hear a closer to a Memphis sound from us. But at the same time, we still take reference from Atlanta. Some of them, you know, they be in Atlanta too. And so we, like I said, we look at it, or at least in my opinion, I feel like that's just depending on who you basically close to. Like if you got Jackson, a certain part of Jackson gonna resonate with New Orleans or anything like that because of the distance. Baton Rouge and all, Baton Rouge and all that. And then Hattiesburg really tapped in down in that area. Versus the Delta got closer to a Texas, or the Delta got closer to a, you know, Memphis sound too. So it's really just about who you close to. You know, now that it's being showed that Alabama's got a rap scene, we're gonna really see like the different closures of who sounds like what. But that's been one of my personal missions as I've been dealing with this independent music, is to kind of create something that shows off our own sound. Like we ain't sound, y'all may say we sound like it, but this us. You know, y'all originate from us. And so,
how you become a familiar face in Jackson?
Man, just moving around, bro. You know, just sort of like I took everything they said as far as going out of town and talking around to the people like that. I just got kind of cool with the people down in Jackson. You know, when I come to Jackson, I mostly come to Offbeat, DJ Venom. That's my boy.
Okay, shout out Venom.
Yeah, shout out DJ Venom, man. Like Venom, real life, you know, he kind of became like a big brother to me in Jackson. So whenever I am in Jackson, when I'm down there, I'm mostly Offbeat. And so, and I try my best to draw attention or draw any type of, you know, customer base to him, to show love for all the stuff he done for me. And then, like I said, linking up with him, along with, like I said, my personal come up in these. I met Eddie Wright. You know, he doing barbecue now.
Yeah, shout out Eddie. We had Eddie on this thing.
Yeah, man, that's my guy. He real time big bro, man. Like Eddie, I always looked out on. And so, you know, just like I said, just really convening with the cool people down there, and just, you know, a lot of the OGs. You know, I linked up with them, like I said, being brought into the music scene. Like I done met DJ Finesse and, you know, been on stage, and it's been to a summer jam and all that stuff. Just like I said, moving around with my camera. And so, you know, it just being in the right place at the right time and tapping in with the right people.
And what you got to do, man, they call that grassroots networking, hitting the ground, going to get it.
Yeah, man.
Rubbing elbows with people. Not too long ago, bro, we had a big uproar with really no uproar, but with the P Valley show. Shout out to P Valley and the writers of P Valley. Great show. Based in Mississippi. How they had the plot. So you was aware that the argument around it, the whole debate around the show was that no Mississippi artists or music was used, even though they had Bannon that thing and Crit. But for the most part, most people was upset that the music from the city wasn't represented. Not the city, the state wasn't represented like it should be. I know your thoughts on it, but my audience may not be aware of how you felt about it. But do you believe that the backlash that the writer received? Dang, forgive me for forgetting her name.
Katori,
Katori, yeah. You think the backlash that she received from the state was warranted, or we just need to pump our brakes a little bit?
Man, I mean, like I said, because I'm so sensitive. Well, I'm not gonna say sensitive. I'm gonna take that back. Like, don't quote me on that, regardless of what you said. But I take it personal, because that was a play I actually had part in, and it wasn't really just a play, but it was just a mention of the situation, and she actually responded.
So yeah, she responded to you.
Well, not just me. That's the thing that I keep trying. You know, it's the thing that I put out there. Like, it wasn't just me, and I understand that it wasn't just me. I never wanted to, you know, put it out there that it was a big issue to me that more people were getting this, that, and the third because she talked. And I'm like, because the data's on the tweet. I don't really trip. And so my thing was, when the situation came up, and this is just from my perspective. When I hit her up, I asked her, I told her I appreciate her. You know, I love the show. You know, the show dope. I appreciate you for shining light on, you know, Mississippi with the best way that you could. And if you know, since that y'all got 2 more seasons, is it a possible way that we can get in contact you to tap you in with some more Mississippi greats, like Pole in My Pants by Hollywood Look, like, songs like Playground with Doughboy Pacino, pretty much just dope songs from artists around here, even if we could tap in with Silence. Like anything that we can do, like we have greats that we know of, that people just kind of skim over, and then sometimes they'll sound like they didn't got bit. So when I reached out to her, she responded back. She said she tried, and it was because of clearance problem. So that's a general hiccup when it comes in independent artists, because not a lot of independent artists have full clearance of their music. Not to say that every artist don't, because you do have artists who have taken the time to sit down with their producer or sit down with a certain label that has rights to a sample on a song. They get that paperwork. And that's just steps in being a great independent artist, So for her to say that to me, that was just basically to let me know this is what I need to get fixed to make something happen. So I hit my resources, and then pretty much one thing led to another. So when everything came out, as far as with people responding about it, I hit them people up too. Like after everything was being said, word got exchanged. We all got on our grown folk shit, and we talked about it. And I just let them know, like, I understand where you come from. Just, bro, hey, this is just my opinion. Not to tell you what to do or nothing like that. And we got it, like I said, everything was understood. And I had to see where he was coming from. And so, to me, I feel like the decision she made as far as creating an email for everybody to do it, because not just people from Jackson, not just people from Starville, not just me and not just everybody else, but other people from the state and people who didn't even stay in the state but still are from Mississippi was hitting her up. So I feel like that was a great idea to basically set the email up to make it a open range for anybody to be chosen. Your work just got approved.
That's what she's doing now, or that's what she did in the first season? That's what she's doing going forward?
I feel like that's what she's doing going forward, because I mean, pretty much you got to look at it from the first season. Everybody got to give this woman a break, in my opinion, because you got to think about it. This was the pilot season. You got to get through the pilot season in order to say anything or do anything extra.
Make adjustments, right?
Make adjustments. So you got to look at the fact that her MDs and her music directors, those people are basically suburban kids. Not all of them are black. They only thing they gonna do is go on Spotify.
Right.
So if your music ain't on Spotify, if you ain't in a certain playlist that's centralized around Mississippi, and also that Mississippi doesn't really have that much of a pool yet, it makes it hard. So I would say that, for her to do it this way, it opens it up. So if you wanted my opinion on what would basically help you stand out with that type of situation, get your EPK done. Get your electronic press kit, get it put together, find the email, type the email out, explaining how, your appreciation, whatever, however you want to do it, and let it be known that this is your EPK to give full reference to everything that you've done, shows you've been on, what your status is, whatever. Let that talk for you, because your career is your portfolio, so you need to document. And so if you got these things and you got to have clearance on certain songs, go get your clearance. Talk to your producer. Talk to whoever whoever did your engineering. Get an understanding. If you need a lawyer, we got lawyers, bro. Talk to them.
Got them, yeah.
And
I need to get one on the show anyway, an entertainment lawyer.
Dog, either hit up Kamal King or Jeffrey Gray. Real talk. They both down there. And so I think they both doing a summit up here in Ole Miss, I think on the 28th. So they basically talking about lawyers and stuff like, bro, they flexing their job, bro. I applaud them.
Yeah.
And so
yeah.
But just like I said, I feel like when she did that really was just to show you, hey, nobody's trying to tell you no. I'm giving you an option. Here it is. So she ain't gonna see none of them emails, because she ain't even sit there and look at it. That's her MD job.
Right.
So, and you still got to look at it. It's a process to when you talking about placement. it's a process when you talking about a show, because they got to write the show first. They got to go ahead and film it. Then they got to find the right song that's gonna fit for that scene.
Mm-hmm.
So you talking about being picked out of however many artists that are coming out of Mississippi, and then you don't know who's pretending to be from Mississippi, just off the fact it's on Twitter.
That's a good point.
And so, for her, like I said, for her to say we didn't have a point of reference coming out of the state, I'm just like, okay, you got us there. I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna say it like this. I haven't heard of somebody who is just tapped into the industry and keeping their foot kind of open and opening up for everybody other than the industry lawyers like Kamal King, because he be working on copyright. So you got the key pieces to get something done. My thing was, don't complain about it, adjust it. Make it work. Just like everybody else, me and my team, we all sung music. We sung music from Hollywood Look. We sung music from Big Zaymac. We sung music from what his name out of the Delta, SQ Lack. We sung music from Scottie Pippen. We sung music from everybody, bro. Like, all about Dollar Black. Like, I'm pretty sure everybody shot they shot. You would be crazy not to if it's been put out there.
Right.
And so all I say is, when you get that opportunity, if they hit you up in their email, be prepared. Treat this like they gonna call you. Go ahead and get your stuff together. And it's not hard. Because people like me, people like Kamikaze, people like Martin Swole, pretty much everybody, bro. We people like you. Like, you will do your best within your power to get everybody what they need to get like they self in order to get this music thing going. So if your music is dope, which that stands into it like a truth. If your music is dope, it's gonna travel. It's a pretty much back when I was doing what I was doing in 2014, 15, Black Republicans in Columbus had a song down in Jackson on Bumper to Dumper called Shooters. And that bitch made. And so people don't, like I said, if your music resonates with people, if people fuck with your music, you just gotta be prepared and have it packaged together. And so to lash out and say that she could have did this, she could have did that, you're right. She could have. And she also could have not gave us an opportunity at the same time. The playlist that she has got her 2 more seasons. What are you taking from her? So, and I'm not saying that we need to be on some grateful shit or nothing like that. Like, that ain't what I'm saying either. I'm just saying, like, let's just, if this is what we got to do, then let's take the effort to put the best foot forward.
I did that. I'm with that. I agree with everything you said. Yeah. At some point, we do have to take accountability for our own journey and what we got going on, and making sure we handling our business on our end. So when them opportunities do present themselves, like you said, we be ready. What's your goal with this, Chevv? Like, what's your overall goal?
Man, that's a question that I constantly have to ask myself every 2-3 months. I mean, and it's like, if I had to say it, it's just that my goal is to make sure that Mississippi is heard, and that I'm all about respect. If anybody know me, you meet anybody who done met me, kicked it with me, I let it be known that I'm big on respect. Like, I respect you in your space. I expect you to respect me in mine. And to say, and like, to me, I'm like, to say Mississippi ain't my space, you can't do that, because I ain't never the country boy at the end of the day. And so I feel like my personal goal, because I have so many, but if I had to say what I want to be remembered for, is that I want to make sure that I made it aware that Mississippi is doing something, and I made my stamp in it along with other people who are doing the same thing. And so it's not like I'm not trying to outshine nobody. It's not to say that what I do is going to be the end all to be all. I just want to, I want to be mentioned in the greats, man. And because of my love for the music, because I know that we so deeply rooted in music of today, little do people know. And so I want to make sure that I'm one of those I'm one of those loudspeakers to let it be known. Like if I ever just make this trip up and make it in the industry, people gonna know that I'm here and I'm letting you know I'm from Mississippi, because that's a stigma that's put on a lot of artists who do leave and do get into those situations. Yeah. They get told not to mention where they from. Mm-hmm. And so, like, you got to be from Atlanta to hang in a certain clique or this, that, and the third. And this is just my assumption or from what I've seen in my time in the industry. Mm-hmm. So it's a lot of politics, and that's like that's why I really don't be tripping on the stuff that gets said amongst ourselves when it comes to certain situations. Like, you know, we had these every year bouts. You know, we talk about the list. We talk about, you know, something going on in, you know, this city, that city. You know, this area better than this area. You know, we all have our bouts, and I feel like Mississippi is the best place to do it, because if you can make it in Mississippi, you can make it damn near anywhere, bro. You just got to have that mentality about yourself. We are one of those get it out the mud areas. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so and folks don't know how deeply rooted Mississippi is in music. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, that's why I just be on the line. I just need the respect. I need the equal respect. You know, like, they can say what they want to. Crit from Meridian, Mississippi. They can say what they want to. Ray Sherman from Tupelo, Mississippi. They can Diplo, Tupelo, Mississippi. Kirby, South Haven, Mississippi. DJ Greg Street, Hattiesburg. Like, real talk. Say what you want, but we there. Shout out to T. Lewis. T. Lewis making grand strides as Lil Wayne's DJ. He from Jackson, Mississippi. He's one of those people who are a loudspeaker for his area. And so, you know, I just feel like I want to be that for my area. I'm from the, you know, we consider where I'm from, the GTA, the Golden Triangle area. We from the East Central North, and then you got right above us, Verona and Tupelo. That's real life North Mississippi. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, when you look at, like I said, when you look at Starville, West Point, Columbus, Tupelo, you know, that's considered the Golden Triangle area. We even cuff in Louisville because they so close. And so, you know, we all, like, bro, back when, like, 2014 to 2006, like 16, we had a strong conglomerate run with our area. And so a lot of those people were tapped in, and a lot of those people have made grand strides into the industry. And to, like I said, to us, Tupelo is the metro area. And we don't never, like I said, we don't never say that it's a difference, or we don't never say that it's a comparison to where one is better. We just be like, okay, well, cool. We want to tap in. Let's mesh these powers together. Right. You know, like, we hear what you're saying. It's cool that it's, you know, jacking over everything, but hey, let it be Mississippi over everything for this weekend. Yeah. We need a Mississippi tour, man. All throughout the Southeast, man. That's what I say. Man, that's what I've been hitting around. And when it comes with tours, it's a lot of sitting down. It's a lot of paperwork. It's a lot of getting an understanding to get something like that going. Mm-hmm. And so, and I just be glad that we got stuff like Gym Week. You know, for Kamikaze, and, you know, for all of those people who participated in Gym Week, shoot, I feel like that was a great step towards something. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I try my best to get a lot of North Mississippi artists or artists anywhere that I'm tapped into to, like, tap in to Gym Week, because you never know what may happen. You know, you may pick up a thing. It's all a part of the work. And I love Gym Week. Man, how many Gym Weeks you been to? 2. And the second one was it was basically how I started doing the podcast. That's when I started really reaching out and networking. That's when I first linked up with Brad. That's when I first met Dollar. So that's when I slowly started building my motion. Yeah. Man, I'ma say it like this. The first Gym Week, this is a true story. First Gym Week, my guy Malcolm Monroe, they was getting started. He had a whole little section and all like that. This was before I paid attention to stuff like protocol and all the, you know, the do's and don'ts of how you get tapped in with, you know, with a situation like Gym Week. Me and Malcolm, we were so cool. I wanted to support him. He wanted to support me. So we tried to create our own little showcase at Gym Week. without actually going through the faction and going through the the protocol.
Yeah.
And Kamikaze shut that shit down. like, and it was out of respect. It was out of respect. Like it was love. He was like, look, I love the enthusiasm, but it's certain protocols you got to go through and certain things you got to do. If you really want to do that, then join the committee next year and go the right way. Right. But I'm talking about, bro, it was me and it, like I said, it was me, it was Malcolm, it was Willie with day one, first day Fred, bro. It was like I said, we can laugh on it now because it was us learning, bro. Yeah. I say it like this, I can't speak for them. It was me learning because I really was just gung ho about the shit. Like, bro, I had got some cats out of Arkansas. Shoot, I had got some guys from up here. Hit up a couple people down in Jazz, like, man, y'all let's do this, man. Let's get something together. And so after he did that, I started paying attention to how everything went. So the second year, I signed Zaymac up for it. And that's when we started pushing his project Last Call. And that was like one of those, the first time me and him ever actually did something out like that, because he was stationed in Seattle for a long time. Then he got stationed in San Diego. So him coming to the SIP was kind of very scarce, like every 3 to 6 months. And so when he came, it was more like okay, we playing this, let's do this. We got the merch ready. We had like basically t-shirts. We had, hard copies. We had all of everything. And so we started selling stuff, and we never thought that we could sell merch at $20 a shirt. Like people would buy it. Like it was a first time for both of us, at least a first time for me. And so to see how that grew and to continuously do it every year and get put on a different stage, I think that's good for the independent artists as a tester, because that's really how a lot of these other, showcases and places like South by Southwest, A3C, Rolling Loud. This is literally the process. Right. But with them, you have to if you got to know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, or you got to have that bread to put on a stage, and you got to attach the right people to that stage to gain that type of crowd.
Yep.
And so, like I said, coming up in the game, like I linked up with a lot of DJs because I got tapped in. That's how I'm gonna say it like this. When I started out with UGR, I'm gonna take y'all back. I know I'm rambling, but I'm gonna take you back. With UGR, up here, we had basically a DJ late game. I rocked with them for about maybe a year to 2 years. And then I started rocking with Block Republicans. I was moving along like a DJ. I dropped a mixtape called Southern Juice. Southern Juice had like artists from North Mississippi, South Mississippi coast, everybody. And so it did really good the first run. And so after that, it was just like, I seen that I had a draw and I seen that I could reach out to different people. So being a DJ, it opened me up to a lot of different avenues, like the core DJs and the other DJ coalitions, like Violated DJ. Shout out to DJ Scrap. It showed me that this is like the DJs are the A&R, and I'm real life regurgitating information that I've learned over the years and watching other podcasts, watching other music execs. Debbie Waka Flocka mama, she told the truth. The DJs are the A&Rs. They let you know what's hot. They put you on this person and that person and whatnot. And so to get tapped in with those type of people, you real life got to have your stuff together. So when I was a DJ, I had to register with going like the core DJ would have a DJ retreat to where they would put on for different, they'll be in different areas like Charlotte. They came to Jackson one year. Like, bro, it was dope. And you had DJs from all around the world. Also, you had record execs from all around the world that was tapped into everything going on with the music scene. And so to be involved with situations like that, if you get on a stage, it opens you up to a whole demographic. And then, like, you got to look at the core DJs we got inside the state. You got DJ Finesse, the president of the court DJ. You got DJ Big Shop that's at the strip club. He a court DJ. T. Lewis, the court DJ. You got DJ Cujo down there in Hattiesburg. He a court DJ. Martin Swole is a court DJ. And so
I know that.
Yeah, man, it's just like if you go to the website, they name on the roster. You got DJ Ma, he a core DJ, and so it's like the information's out there. So to get tapped in with certain people, you just gotta, like I said, you gotta do your just do. You gotta support and you gotta show your love, and you just gotta wait your time. And so when, like I said, when you get tapped in, when you learn to get tapped in with the DJ, and then you keeping business straight with your producers, sometimes the producer will get hot before the artist will. Like we got producers that's been blowing up like Twisted Genius, then blew up with Lil Baby. Then you got bro, it's a couple of people that came out to stay. Hershey Black, he signed with Rich Gang. So the producers real life get you in the dough too. Yeah. You just gotta move around. And so I've been moving around. My guy House, he come out, he represent out of Verona, Mississippi. By, like I said, it's right there by Tupelo. House done his due. House on the beat. And so I felt like House is my best friend. So I like I said, I push him just as much as he pushed me. And we just been, like I said, he been working on his game. He been getting his money right. And that's really what you just got to do. No matter what you're doing as an artist, as a producer, as a DJ, if you get your personal money right, to push your dream makes it a whole lot easier, because you learn them people skills while you basically making your grind. Learn how to let your words get you indoors that money can't.
Thanks.
And that's real life. That's real life how I got tapped into Jackson. Like, people used to tell me all the time, bro, you a people person. I real life I don't feel like I like people. And I'm real life introverted. I'm real life close to myself. If I am out and you do see me, I'ma talk, I'ma laugh, I'ma joke, I'ma be real with you, but I'ma be moving because I'm one of those antisocial people. Yeah. And so, but I try, but if you talk to anybody else, they'll tell you that ain't Chevvy, bro. Chevvy ain't nothing but love. So I feel like what I've been doing is appreciated. So me moving by respect, that's the best way to do it. Like, you ain't got to be on no I'm better than you type shit, or I'm looking down on you type shit. We from the north, y'all from here, y'all say this, y'all like, it's real life love when I come down to Jackson. And so I didn't idolize a lot of these guys, just watching their music throughout the time, from 2008 on up. Like, I met Coke this past weekend, and bro, I real life, enjoyed it, because this is a dude I've been paying attention to since transition.
That's my dog, man. Real humble guy,
bro. And I told him, I was just like, man, real talk, bro. You done got me through some rough days, bro. Like, some rough days. And to know that you got people like that coming out of Mississippi, like you ain't got to go to Atlanta and hope to run into them. You can real life pull up down there at the barbershop, and there's a possible chance you're gonna see your boy Coke. And so, I just told him, like, bro, I real life, fuck with it. And I appreciate you fucking with us. And so, just like I said, it really just, like I said, it love wherever I go. And that's just the way I step out here. And sometimes in the music industry, and I had to tell this to a guy that, we were having words. I was just like, bro, you more in tune with the movie industry. You more LA than you is, Atlanta. So the movie industry move a lot differently, because the movie industry do move on money. You gotta have a bag to move around in the movie industry. You can't just connect to people like you think you can in the movie industry. But in the music industry, it's about respect. It's about holding your word. And it's about basically networking and connecting with the right people. And sometimes it's best to, like I said, don't align yourself, but align yourself. Let them know, like, you fuck with you, but you fuck with you because you on your own shit. You don't just sit here and go, oh, I'm with this group right here. Cool. I'm with this. Like, don't get involved in no beat that you don't know nothing about.
Facts.
And so, yeah.
Ooh, oh boy, you've been talking that talk tonight, man. I thoroughly enjoyed it, man. Before we let you get out of here, man, how can the people keep up with you, and what's your plan for the rest of the year? or are you focusing on attack next year?
I say it like this. Just like everybody else, 2020 has been a sad year, but it's been a blessing year on the back end. Mm-hmm. And so I've been putting myself, like I said, I really been putting myself in a lot of positions to kind of get some stuff moving and just kind of solidify my own personal stamp. Mm-hmm. But as far as with the rest of the year, we kind of wrapping up, me and Zaymac kind of wrapping up a lot of stuff that we've been wanting to do now that he's back closer to home because he's stationed in Panama now. Okay. And so with him being closer to home, it makes it a lot more easy for us to cover ground. So we really just trying to take the rest of this, rest of this year and focus on wrapping up a lot, like I said, wrapping up a lot of plays, talking up a lot of stuff that we got in motion, connecting dots and just kind of dotting our I's and crossing our T's. And so we gearing to move around third quarter of next year. But like I said, if y'all want to see me, I'm on, like I said, I'm on Twitter, Forever Talking Shit. It's just, I don't mean to cuss, but that's just how you say my name on Twitter.
We talk on this thing, man.
Oh, cool, bet. Forever Talking Shit on Twitter. I do a lot of my business on there. On God Say Less on IG, and pretty much On God Sharing Fish on Facebook. And like I said, I'm really just about connecting. If you want to like just tap in, just see me talk, see me rant, you gonna see it. I'm share all of that stuff. And we just, like I said, we really just kind of like packing up to get ready to give everybody a good show for 2021, man. I feel like right now this is just one of those sit down and stack up and strategize years. Like it's improving that.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Well, dog, we sure appreciate you stopping through, man. Keep pushing. I definitely love your energy, man. I can't wait to run into you out there in them streets.
Man, I mean, pretty much, I really did enjoy this, man. Like I said, I want to do more of this. We got to do a personal meetup. Like I said, I told Zaymac, we're going to set up something. We're going to try to get the team together because, like I said, we're going to be in Jackson tapped in. We was at Crown Studios a couple weeks ago. So we going to be in the
boys out there. Crown.
Yeah, man. Shell in here, man.
Yeah. Shout out to all the guys, man. Yeah, that's what's up, man. I wonder if end the week gonna roll smooth. Which I guess it should. But hopefully we'll be able to come out.
Yeah, man. I'm probably gonna tap in up there too. I think my artist Big Tonk gonna try to come up there and see what's going down. So yeah, man. We gonna be locked in with each other. Real shit. Like I really hope we just make it out of this thing.
Yeah, man. Same here. That is. Well, man, y'all go support the king, man. Chevv, man. We appreciate him stopping through the city. I'm your host, Yoni, man. He is Chevv. This is the Key to the City podcast. Peace and blessings, man. I love y'all. One. All right, my dog.
All right, man. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.